some goofball who's... Oh, no, this person has almost 200,000 followers. Bernie used to say millionaires shouldn't exist. Now he's upped it to billionaires shouldn't exist because he's now a multi-millionaire. What an evil human being you are. So you want to keep your millions and lavish in your riches while launching class warfare against others? I was like, taking Jeff Bezos' money is not class warfare, ma'am.
I want to call these people anti-Semitic so bad. Like, it sounds like he's talking about Gargamel.
She is black and a Christian conservative mom, followed by President Trump.
Oh, fuck that nigga. All right, folks.
Yes. Oh, you have another one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, right now it's September 24th as we are sitting in the office room recording this. And let me check my shit. It's good. All right. A transgender woman was shot multiple times. I was reading a couple articles on it before. Shot in the chest and arm. To my understanding, she survived this and gave a description of the shooter, and a couple of camera angles caught the shooter's truck. Homegirl was walking, probably doesn't have access to a vehicle because of... Basically, you cross anything with capitalism, any sort of marginalization with capitalism, and you're gonna see a person with even less than less.
Right.
Right, like think about somebody fucking marginalized. The most successful or accomplished, if you will, marginalized person you could think of, and imagine how awesome they'd be if there was no capitalism. Or if they're a femme person, how fucking much they would have got done if there was no patriarchy holding them back at every step. Yeah, at every step, that fits. I was like, every step or every turn? What's the best word?
Every level.
Yes, every level. Some people would say level up. Patriarchy would say glass ceiling. Hillary Clinton would say, I'm finna kamikaze this election. And I noticed the age, 35-year-old. That's the average age they live up to. Like, she literally survived an attempted murder at the age that trans women tend to live up to. That we know of. So she was wounded at about 11 p.m. on Friday on the 11,000 block of Dennis Road. It's typically 100, isn't it?
I thought so.
Yeah, it could be a typo. But on this article on DallasNews.com, it was the 11,000 block of Dennis Road north of Royal Lane as a man, strongly assumed cis, pulled alongside the victim and yelled, quote, a number of slurs about her gender identity, end quote. The man shot her multiple times in the chest and arm. Officers who said they are investigating the attack as a hate crime were unable to speak with the woman until Sunday because of her wounds.
I wonder if they're investigating it as a hate crime because she didn't die.
Ooh.
Because, you know, a lot of times, like, these cases are like, oh, we don't know the motives. But in this one, like, the victim is alive and like, no, they called me this, that, and the other slur. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
we just covered the woman in Oregon.
Yeah.
That she was driving for Lyft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
Got punched and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder if part of the reason they're investigating as a hate crime is because she survived and they couldn't pull that typical, well, we'll never know why this trans person was randomly targeted for violence and murdered.
Or even would have misgendered her to the news outlets. And then, of course, the article continues with what we already know if you follow this episode, that this attack follows, you know, Malaysia, Booker, and other attacks. Jesus Christ, yeah. Just attacks and murders and outright fucking viciousness. Excuse me, one more on topic, pinknews.co.uk, LGBTQIA bootlicker website.
Oh, I was gonna be like, oh, we're still using them? Okay.
Yeah.
After that little fucking stunt.
I'm just gonna acknowledge what they are. They're partisan bootlickers.
Yes.
But they still have news like this for us. Lily Wakefield again. Lily Wakefield. On pinknews.co.uk, Stonewall founder opposes trans rights may form breakaway group. Nigga, what?
Right. The headline is so confusing.
Yeah, you're like, wait, no, do it again. That's the shit. I think I saw when I was on break at work, and like I'm losing break time just looking at the headline. Now to think of it, I actually didn't read the article.
Yeah?
I think I just looked at the headline several times, closed it, put my device down, bite some food, pick it back up, look at it. What the fuck? Close it. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so let's see. 22 people, including a Stonewall co-founder, Simon Fanshawe. They have signed an open letter stating that the charity undermines, quote, women's sex-based rights.
Fuck does that even mean?
I want to call cis identity extremists. I do, but I don't want to. I don't want to call it on it, but I fucking do.
Pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
The letter was published in the Sunday Times. Said the signatories, which is a fancy word for niggas that wrote their name down, said the signatories are considering forming a new organization which would oppose the Gender Recognition Act reform. And I have that link open, not so that we can go over it, but so I can link it with this, just in case you want to inform yourself on that, if you are not so already. You are wine cellar heads. I know you is be going to. So it would make it easier for trans folk to have their gender legally affirmed, right?
Fuck?
Yeah, they're against that.
I thought it was gonna. Wow. All right. I thought they were at least gonna try to like make up some shit. That's all right.
It gets worse. The letter probably does. The letter read,
it does.
quote, Phoenix reads fast. The letter read, last October, a group of LGB, and it ends there, rights supporters asked Stonewall to commit to fostering an atmosphere of respectful debate rather than demonizing as transphobic those who wish to discuss or dissent from Stonewall's transgender policies. What?
So you want to have a respectful debate about whether or not a trans woman should be legally recognized as a woman,
like how
and not get called
this?
Transphobic for it.
The fuck is this?
Transphobia.
Respectful debate.
There's
Nigga.
fine people on both sides.
Jesus Christ. This shit is this shit'll flip your belly. This here is be a quote. Oh, it must be like the letter. Okay. The government continues to treat Stonewall as if it represents the views of progressive thinking in general, and specifically LGB opinion. It does not. We believe it has made mistakes in its approach that undermine women's sex-based rights and protections.
How is trans women identifying as women hurting cis women's sex-based protections? Which, by the way, let's be honest, cis women don't really have anyway, but whatever.
They rounded up all the diaphragms. Or whatever else is going on there. I don't know a lot of things, folks. Like when it comes to actual sex, I'm like, well, I just kind of get to bumping into each other, and then you look at your partner, you say, y'all, you feeling good? You're like, I'm feeling good too. We rubbing thighs? I'm rubbing thighs. Stand up, turn on some music, do the bump, whatever's happening. I'm basic. They continue for some reason. We believe it has made mistakes in its approach. Okay, there it is. The most worrying aspect of this is that all primary school children are now challenged to review their gender identity and decide that they may be the opposite sex if they do not embrace outdated gender stereotypes. Is that really a thing that's happening?
I don't believe them.
This just sounds like a Tariq Nasheed segment, yo.
Well, and also, like, challenged is a very strong word. Because, like, are they saying, like, sometimes people identify as a different gender than what's on their birth certificate? That's not, like, a challenge means, I want you to sit down and think about it and write an essay and make a pros and cons list. You know what I mean? Like, challenge?
Yeah, challenge. That's a thing that's happening.
And then also, this is based on gender stereotypes.
Yes.
I just want to know how many people who are supporting this are the same type of people who say, like, if a trans woman isn't passing, she's not really a woman. Or, like, she's making a mockery of women if she doesn't pass.
What, like these people, and if they would say that?
Yeah.
Oh, again, welcome to your circular Venn diagram, chief. They keep saying words in this fucking letter. Quote, the architect of this policy, Ruth Hunt, who recently resigned as Stonewall's chief executive, has surprisingly been made a life peer. Her exclusion of any alternative views has divided supporters of gay and lesbian rights in a way that may be irreparable. If Stonewall remains intransigent, there must surely now be an opening for a new organization committed both to freedom of speech and to fact instead of fantasy. How right-wing is this shit?
Now, no, they also called themselves progressives. But more importantly, what was that last fucking sentence?
Nah, they said they assume we're all progressive.
I thought they said they were Hold on.
Yeah, nah, run it up. They said they assume niggas is mad progressive and all that. Be word up.
No, but these people are already part of Stonewall, and they said the government treats Stonewall as if it was progressive.
You see it, and they're saying we're Stonewall and don't treat us as if we're progressive.
Leave Stonewall. But yeah, so what did they say earlier? That they want to have respectful debate? Fact instead of fantasy, last sentence. So you're basically calling trans people fantasy and then saying, but why?
We're calling affirmation fantasy.
Is this Bev Joe? Bev Jackson, a notorious fucking transphobe.
Oh, they like quoted. Oh, they had a link to their Twitter on there?
Yeah.
And you found it and you were like, yeah, that's pretty good.
I was like, yeah, I know that name. Signed by Julie Bindel. Find me a transphobe who's not a swerf.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? There needs to be another word because swerfs and turfs are always the same people. Stwerfs, I don't know.
Swerf and turf? I don't know.
I guess just say it that way, yeah, because it reminds people of eating food that of which is of land mammals and sea creatures on the same plate.
Yes.
And that's how it goes, chief.
Oh, I like the last sentence. If Stonewall can't defend lesbians, then we will have to look at setting up an organization that will. Because allowing trans women to exist is harmful to lesbians.
Yeah.
Like, even more so than patriarchy, actually.
Yeah, that's actually what the trans women are waiting for. They're like, ooh, shit. Oh, you lesbians, we're going to get ya. Now, I need everybody that's tuned into this, you need to keep this shit a secret. All right? Don't tell a motherfucker. There are trans women out there of whom have already infiltrated and became lesbians themselves. All right? Don't let them know. This shit is some undercover shit, you know. All right,
They're spying on the lesbians.
Keep it on the down smooth. All right? These are the facts, folks. All right, but don't tell anybody. Actually, don't even share this episode. I typically say share the episode with your friends, not this one. All right? This might be Patreon only. It's
Patreon only.
We can't
let them know that there are some trans women who are actually lesbians.
I might not even put this shit on Patreon. I may just make smoke signals.
Well, why don't you just put it in the trans agenda handbook?
Oh, I have one.
Yeah, just make it request an update from the council.
Yeah, I'm a co-author.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a few edits, that's fine.
I could edit my own book. I don't like these. I don't like people. Fucking. All right. That's winecellarmedia.com. You tuned into it, so there you are making decisions.
Victim blaming the audience.
Victim blaming.
Yes.
I am not Dave Chappelle. Don't compare me to that sad representation of Gen X. All right, folks. WineCellarMedia.com. Share that website with your friends, but not the secret I told you. Don't